Hello and welcome back. Yesterday, it's time for our read aloud. So yesterday we talked about cells, we talked about tissue as in like muscle tissue or nerve tissue, epithelial tissue, and connective tissue. Okay, we talked about those different things. And just to review, this is a picture of a red blood cell. Okay, and it's shaped like a bowl because it carries stuff in our body. That's why it's shaped that way. And then we have muscle cells and bone cells. Okay, now if you recall, cells make up tissue, right? So we have this tissue. This is actually supposed to be a picture of muscle tissue. Okay, tissue, not tissue that we blow our nose into, but tissue is what makes up our organs. Okay, and then I have a picture of, I know it might be a little creepy, it's a heart. Okay, this is an organ. So your heart is inside your chest. It's about as big as your fist, actually. If you make a fist, this is about how big your heart is. All right, so that is a picture of that, and that's kind of what we talked about yesterday. And so today we're going to go into a little bit of some of their functions of certain organs and some of the things that they do. Remember, a function is kind of an activity that they perform. So to start off, I want to review some of our words or go over some of our words that are going to be in our read aloud. The first one, I hope you can see all those. The word is, I wrote it in both regular manuscript and in cursive. So you can see the similarities because we need to start reading cursive as well. But the first word is collapse. And as you can see, I wrote it in cursive. Collapse. Right? The little pig who built the house of bricks knew that his house would not collapse no matter how hard or how much the wolf blew on it. So collapse means kind of to break down, right? If something collapses. You should know that. The next word. These are organs in our bodies. Okay. The word is kidneys. Kidneys. And I've written it in cursive as well. Kidneys. So your kidneys are a pair of abdominal organs, which means that's where they are, kind of in this area. Your kidneys that help clean your body's blood. So human kidneys are shaped kind of like the shape of a bean. If you've ever seen like a kidney bean, just good to know. I'm going to draw. They're kind of shaped like this, kind of like a kidney bean. Okay, a bean. There are some beans that are shaped like that. Okay, that's kind of what they are. But its function, the function of the kidneys, is to clean your blood. Okay. Next is liver. You've probably heard that before, and that is also an organ in your body, liver, a large body organ that secretes juices to help the body digest food. So it helps you digest your food. So when you eat something, your liver helps you digest it and process it and takes out the nutrients and that sort of thing. Okay? Next, up here, okay, we know that ISH makes an ish sound and NOUR makes a nur. So nourish, nourish. And I've written it in cursive as well. Nourish, to nourish. To provide food and other substances necessary for growth. For example, if your mother nourishes their babies with milk, then they can sustain life. Then the baby can grow, right? So healthy foods nourish us. Stuff like candy and soda doesn't necessarily nourish us, but if we eat fruit, vegetables, protein, which is like in meats, that sort of thing, those things nourish us, help us grow, and give us energy. And the last word, it's a compound word, transplant. Transplant. Okay, to move something from one place to another means to transplant. Some people, when they move from one city to another, they might say, I transplanted to a new city. That's sometimes what people say. Sometimes if we have even a plant, if you're growing, say, a rose in your backyard and you want to put it in your front yard, you dig it up. Some people might dig it up and get the soil and everything around it and replant it in the front yard. That's kind of where that comes from. But also in medicine or in hospitals, people can have a transplant, which means they can transplant organs from somebody else, from one person to the other. That does happen. But we'll talk about that in our reading. So that's some of our reading. I'm going to move over this way to where we always do our readings. Pull the chair up. And we have Nick Nourish here. And we will begin our reading for today. Or read aloud. Here's the coloring sheet. There's not a whole lot on it. It was hard to find organs and tissue and cells, tissue, organ, and systems. It's kind of hard to find a coloring sheet. So have some fun with it. And then afterwards, we'll do this sheet. Okay? In the last read aloud, you learned about cells and tissue. Similar cells join together in groups to form tissues. In the same way, similar tissues join to form organs. Organs are parts of the human body that perform special jobs for the body. Organs are made up of groups of tissues, just like we talked about, all made up of different kinds of tissues that help them do particular jobs as well. Can anyone name one of your body's organs? Think about it. What are our organs? Well, we talked about it just a few minutes ago. Your heart, that's an organ. What's inside here? Oh, your brain. That's an organ. Lungs, which are inside of us in this area here, those are organs. Oh, your eyes. Your eyes are organs. Heart. I think that's the liver. Lungs. Okay. Your eyes and ears are organs. Your heart and lungs are organs. Your stomach, oh, this is a stomach, is an organ too. Which of your body organs is the largest? Well, it's your skin. Your skin, because it goes all the way around your body and it is one organ. You've looked at skin cells through the microscope, or at least we've seen the pictures here. And we've talked about the epithelial tissue that these cells form. So while it may seem odd to think of skin as an organ, it does make sense, doesn't it? Strong epithelial tissue, also made up of tiny cells, form an organ with a very large protective covering, the skin. Four types of tissue. What are the names of the four body tissues? One is epithelial, the other tissue forms your, one is epithelial, the tissue that forms your skin. What are the other three? The other three are connective, muscle, and nervous. Each different type of tissue is made up of similar cells that do the same jobs. All body tissues are made up of cells, and all body organs are made up of tissues. Cells, tissues, organs, in that order. Cells, tissue, organs. Okay, the systems of the human body are organ systems. So what are systems? They're a set of connected parts that work together to perform a job. An organ is a part of the body with a clearly defined function or job to perform. Most organs are involved in just one body system. There are 10 major organ systems in the human body. 10. What body systems are in charge of helping you move? You may have learned last year about the skeletal and muscular systems. Your skeletal system is made up of the bones and organs. Its skeletal tissues work together with smooth muscle tissue in your muscular system to make your body move. What does the circulatory system do? It circulates or moves your blood around to all the parts of the body. So your blood vessels, the heart is part of that, okay? Your heart and blood made up of cells and tissues are the organs of your circulatory system. The respiratory system includes your lungs, organs made up of cells and tissues that control your breathing. What does the nervous system do? It sends messages along the spinal cord to the brain. These two organs, the spinal cord and the brain, are both made up of nervous tissue, full of tiny nerve cells. Next, we'll talk about the digestive system. Which organ system includes your stomach? Well, yes, it's the digestive system. Your stomach works closely with other organs, each made up of different types of tissues and different types of cells to perform different types of jobs. Soon you will be able to name all of the other organs that work together in your stomach to help digest or break down your food. Sometimes your organs are a combination of different types of tissue. Excuse me. The stomach is one of those organs. It's made up of many layers, including all four main types of tissue. These tissues play a very important role in the digestion of your food. We'll take a quick peek at part of your digestive system now. Let's look inside your stomach to see where the four types of stomach tissue live. Oh my goodness. From inside to outside, the first layer of tissue that you see is the epithelial tissue. So there's kind of layers in here, it looks like. Okay? Remember what epithelial tissue does? It's tightly packed, arranged in a layered sheet to cover and protect the organ. Beneath the epithelial tissue is the connective tissue, primarily blood that carries or connects nutrients to the cells. What are nutrients again? You remember? They're things that nourish. They're nourishing substances necessary for growth. They help us grow and maintain life. Smooth muscle tissue lies underneath the connective tissue and helps to move food around in the stomach. Stomach muscles squeeze together about 3 times per minute, continuing to squeeze whether there is food in your stomach or not. It is the squeezing of these muscles that produces the loud rumbling noise you sometimes hear when your stomach is nearly empty. The fourth type of body tissue, nervous tissue, is located in the stomach wall. It constantly sends signals to the brain and makes sure that all the other parts are working smoothly. Every organ in your body depends upon other organs to work in the right way. When you study the digestive system more thoroughly in the next lesson, you will see that the stomach could not perform the job of the entire system on its own. It needs help. Now here we have Nick Nutri pointing out the liver. Okay, have you ever heard of the liver? Well, we talked about it a few minutes ago. Your liver is an organ located above your stomach that your stomach depends upon to do its job. Together with 2 other organs known as the pancreas and the gallbladder, the liver produces digestive juices to help break down your food. Your liver is one of the largest organs in the body, working as part of several different systems to perform different body functions. You cannot live without your liver. Next time you'll learn about the very important role that the liver plays in the digestive system. Organs depend on one another. So do the body systems. Each system depends on the other systems to make sure your body works properly. Can't turn the page. For example, blood is carried to all parts of your body through the circulatory system. The circulatory system depends upon the respiratory system to get oxygen into the bloodstream. Your blood would have no nutrients in it without the help of the digestive system to break it down. Working together, these different systems provide your cells with the food and oxygen they need so that energy can be supplied to all of your other systems. Without energy, your muscles couldn't move, your bones. Without energy, your brain could not think. When organs stop working properly, body systems break down. The body stops functioning well, and you become ill. If your lungs collapse or cave in, there's not enough oxygen to feed or nourish your cells with the things they need to live and grow. If your heart stops, it will no longer pump blood with the necessary nutrients to other parts of your body. When you're doing things like riding your bike or playing certain sports, it's very important to protect your head by wearing a helmet. A head injury might result in damage to your brain. And this might prevent messages from going back and forth between your brain and the nervous system and all other parts of your body. A donor is a person who donates or gives something. Have you ever heard of an organ donor? An organ donor? Believe it or not, an organ donor gives away an organ to save another person's life. Fortunately, modern science has made it possible to replace damaged organs. Sometimes when people are very ill but still have healthy body organs, they decide to donate their healthy organs to others when they die. Sometimes it's even possible for people to spare an organ and go on living themselves. For example, you have 2 kidneys. Kidneys are a pair of organs located in your lower back. You will learn more about these 2 very important organs in another lesson. Your kidneys clean poisonous waste from your blood flowing through the body, preventing many different types of disease. You can live a healthy life with just 1 kidney. So this is 1 organ that can be donated to someone who needs a kidney. Doctors today can take a kidney from one person's body and transplant it, or move it, into another's body to keep him or her alive. Doesn't that sound like a miracle? Holy cow. I think so. All right, here's a picture of our skin. Cells, tissues, organs, systems. Cells, tissues, organs, and then the system. The human body is organized into 4 different levels. Cells are the building blocks of the body. Without cells, there would be no body tissue, no body organs, and no body systems. In fact, without cells, there would be not a single living person on Earth. So the next time we gather together, we'll discuss the organs that work together to digest or break down your food. Today, we looked inside your stomach, but your stomach is only one part of the food's journey as it travels through your body. Can you name some of the organs that belong to the digestive system? We talked about the liver. We talked about kidneys. Okay. Great suggestions. We can put this together tomorrow. So let's name some of the organs that we heard about today. Let's think about it. Different organs in our body. We talked about eyes, ears, heart, lungs, stomach, skin, bones, heart. What else did we say? Oh, brain. I said these really fast. Gallbladder, pancreas, liver, the heart and skin and bones are all organs. What does that tell you about it? If a heart and skin and liver, they're all organs, what does that tell you about organs? That are they all the same? No, they're all different. They all perform different functions. And again, we talked about this again. Cells group together to form tissues. Tissues group together to form organs. Organs make up an organ system. So the next thing I would like to break this down in order. So we have cells. I want you to put in order from the basic part that we just talked about, in order of these items. We have systems here, systems, tissue. Over here we have cells and organs. So if we start from the very basic, the smallest part, what would go right here? Cells, right? Cells. And then cells make up what? And then these make up what? And then these make up what? So put them in order from the smallest to the largest. And we talked about it. So get that done and get that over to me. Take a picture of it or send it over or scan it and email it. However you need to get it to me, I would love to see it. I'd love to see some of these, your coloring pages. Love to see those. When I send them back, sometimes they're in black and white. That's just because I print on the black and white printer. But I see them in color. Love them. They're great. I love the work that's coming back. So I miss all you guys. And after this, we'll do a quick handwriting lesson, and we will be done for the week. Bye.